It wasn't easy, of course. So my parents and of course the society, they didn't understand initially, and the typical career options were something else: engineering, doctor, teachers, etc. I pursued fashion and lifestyle technology. I was into designing initially, and after that I moved on to blogging. And it wasn't very easy because people didn't understand what it was all about, and they still don't, very honestly. So yeah, that was a challenge. I would say that now I have started to earn enough to pay my bills.
हेलो एवरीवन, you're watching newsnumber.com और मैं हूं आपकी होस्ट एंड दोस्त नव्या बेरी। सो जैसे कि आप सभी को पता ही है that newsnumber.com encourages inspirational stories, एंड आज के शो में जो मेरी गेस्ट हैं, जिन्हें मैंने आज के शो में इनवाइट किया है, शी इज़ अ वेरी डियर फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन। हम लोग सेम स्कूल में पढ़ते थे, एंड सिंस डे वन शी न्यू व्हाट शी वांटेड टू डू इन हर लाइफ। एंड नॉर्मली उस एज में बच्चे जो हैं, द किड्स, दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू फाइंड आउट देयर पैशन, एंड दे आर जस्ट फिगरिंग आउट लाइफ। She's a fashion blogger, she's a celebrity stylist, she's a vegan activist, and also she's an animal rights activist. And normally मैंने ये चीज़ देखी है कि fashion blogging के बारे में हम लोग इतना ज़्यादा aware नहीं हैं कि ये किस तरह से एक career option जो है वो बन सकता है, how it has evolved as an entrepreneurial idea. इसी सब के बारे में आज हम करीना से बातचीत करेंगे, and you can find her on Instagram with the handle styled by Karina.
Hi Karina, welcome to the show. And हम लोग बहुत टाइम बाद मिल रहे हैं, but I must tell you that I'm proud of what you're doing and the fact that you are pursuing your passion and you're following your heart. अच्छा, इनिशियली बात करते हैं. आई नो यू सिंस द स्कूल, यू न्यू सिंस द वेरी बिगिनिंग कि आपको फैशन में जाना है, लेकिन वॉज इट ईजी फॉलोइंग योर पैशन, परस्यूइंग योर ड्रीम्स? वॉज इट ईजी? वर देयर एनी चैलेंजेस दैट यू फेस्ड इनिशियली?
It wasn't easy, of course. So my parents and of course the society, they didn't understand initially, and the typical or the stereotypical career options were something else: engineering or maybe doctor, teachers, etc. Those were the career options that they had decided for me, I would say. But they were also very supportive at the same time. So they always believed in me. I went for it. I pursued fashion and lifestyle technology. But then after that, I was into designing initially, and after that I moved on to blogging. And it wasn't very easy because people didn't understand what it was all about, and they still don't, very honestly. So yeah, that was a challenge. And staying in Chandigarh itself is a very big challenge because you don't get a lot of opportunities, and of course you have to pay your bills, of course. So you really have to work hard towards getting deals from the brands, and so it's still a challenge.
Because मैं अपने viewers को बता दूँ कि मैं करीना के साथ स्कूल में पढ़ी हूँ. I still remember. She doesn't remember the diary, but I still remember her diary, जिसके अंदर she used to draw sketches कि if a person is wearing a particular t-shirt or this kind of a particular top, तो उसके साथ headband कौन सा जाएगा and trousers कौन से जाएंगे, या जो lower है वो किस तरह का जाएगा, skirt जाएगी या jeans जाएगी. And उस टाइम पे जब मैंने वो डायरी देखी, तब मुझे पता चल गया था कि ये जो लड़की है, शी इज़ वेरी ब्राइट, शी नोज व्हाट शी वांट्स टू डू. बिकॉज उस टाइम पे, जिस टाइम पे यू न्यू दैट तुझे परस्यू करना है फैशन, उस टाइम पे यूजुअली लोग फिगर आउट कर रहे होते हैं. यूजुअली किड्स यू नो दे टेंड टू स्ट्रगल विद व्हाट दे हैव टू डू इन देयर लाइफ. अच्छा, उसके बाद बिकॉज इट्स बिन 7 years, 7 long years that you've been doing
almost
blogging.
a decade, yeah.
Yes. तो इनिशियली कैसे पता चला दैट इंटरनेट इज गोइंग टू बी दिस ह्यूज एंड ये करियर ऑप्शन बन सकता है? तो इनिशियली क्या इसको एज अ हॉबी शुरू किया था?
इनिशियली मुझे पता नहीं था करियर ऑप्शन बन सकता है, बट इट वाज सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्रेंडिंग. आई वाज इनटू रीडिंग ब्लॉग्स एंड ऑल बिकॉज यू रिमेंबर आई वाज वेरी शाय, so I didn't have a social life really, and I didn't have a lot of friends, so internet was my hideout, I'd say. So I used to read a lot of blogs and used to follow bloggers. तब मुझे पता नहीं था कि ये blogs होते हैं और ये bloggers होते हैं. I didn't know the terms, but then one fine day I set up my blog on Blogspot, which I am still continuing with. तो वहाँ पर I used to repost things and sometimes even post DIY wala stuff and similar things. I just did it as a hobby and I was never regular with it, but it was still my passion. I used to do it whenever I used to get time for it. And yeah, but slowly after that I got into jobs. So I set up the blog. I think I was in school in +1 or +2. But after that I went to college and then I did some internships here and there, and a few jobs as well. And I was still running the blog, but I was never regular.
Okay.
But then I was working at Marks and Spencer in Ludhiana. I think this was, I think 3 years back.
All right.
And or 2.5 years back to be precise. So that's when I realized that blogging was really picking up here in India, and I thought I should give it a shot. And I came to know that a lot of bloggers are actually getting paid for doing what they love, posting about fashion and writing about fashion. So yeah, so I thought that I should give it a shot, and I came back to Chandigarh from Ludhiana, left my job without any second thoughts, and just pursued fashion blogging.
That's great. अच्छा, जैसे कि आपने बताया, and I also know that when you were in school, you were a very shy girl. So how did you evolve? Because blogger अगर आपने बनना है, तो you need to evolve, right? So what was that one thing that kept you going through the entire process?
Actually, I am still that shy girl. I am not very social. I don't have any friends. I only hang out with my husband, and that's about it, or with my followers online, which is virtual, of course. So yeah, so I am still that shy girl. I don't think that I have evolved much in that way, but blogging was always my medium to interact with the outer world or socialize with the outer world. So yes.
मैं viewers को बता दूं कि करीना ने अपनी एक clothing line भी शुरू की थी. So tell us something about that.
So initially जब इतना exposure नहीं था, तो मुझे लगता था fashion designing is the only option when it comes to fashion, and of course blogging उस time पे नहीं थी, it didn't exist. So yeah, I was into fashion designing at that time. I even started my own clothing line, but उसके बाद I realized मुझे मज़ा आ रहा था वो करते करते, but then later on with time I realized, when I did a couple of internships here and there, I realized that this is not something that I want to do. So I left that and I went to retail. As I told you, I was working with Marks and Spencer, Brooks Brothers, and a couple more brands. I also worked as a virtual stylist with an Android application, and that was a startup, and that was the best job that I did. I really enjoyed that more than I did designing. So that's how I realized that I was more into styling than designing. And yeah, so styling ka bhi, I actually went to Mumbai for some time, and I tried my hand in styling as well, but then I couldn't adjust in Mumbai. I wanted to come back, and here in Chandigarh there were very few options when it came to fashion. So yeah, I thought that I would go ahead with blogging, and I'm really enjoying it, and I plan to continue doing this all my life.
Great. Acha, for all the viewers who don't know what actually blogging is, so I want you to tell our viewers कि blogging क्या है, and how do you earn through blogging, and ये एक career option किस तरह से बन सकता है?
ट्रेडिशनली तो ब्लॉगिंग कुछ और थी, अब काफ़ी इवॉल्व हो गया है दी सिनेरियो, दी होल ब्लॉगिंग सिनेरियो. सो ब्लॉगिंग इनिशियली वाज ऑल अबाउट writing your personal intimate thoughts about different things, right?
Yes, I remember. Yes, you had your अभी भी है वैसे तो your website Style by Karina.
Yeah. I write my blogs on stylebykarina.com. So initially तो ऐसा होता था कि articles, full-fledged articles लिखते होते थे blogging में, and I used to do that. I still enjoy doing that. But अब ऐसा हो गया है, अब it is more about visual content, so it's all about creating content on social media in terms of pictures and videos.
All right.
So yeah, that's what blogging is all about right now. I still miss the traditional style of blogging, which was writing full-fledged articles and your thoughts basically. So on Instagram, basically brands get in touch with you, and then you, of course, if your thoughts and your style resonates with the brand, you take them on board, and then you create content which you mutually decide upon, the style of content or whatever the brand wants to convey through you. So you create that content and you post it on social media for your audiences to see, so that the posts serve as ads for the brands, and it is a more natural way to, and a more candid way to connect with the audiences, I mean for the brands. So yeah, and the brands pay you, or in terms of whatever monetary terms, or barter or however they want to go about it. So that's how it is done.
Apart from fashion blogging, you're also a celebrity stylist, right? तो अभी तक कौन से celebrities को style किया है?
So I worked in Mumbai for some time and I was working under the
great.
stylist Alia Rufai, and while working with her I never really styled a celebrity, but I was working on the back end, and that's how I got a hold of it. And here in Chandigarh there were not many options. People didn't realize the need to hire a stylist, but अभी थोड़ा सा पता चलना शुरू हुआ था कि stylist भी होती है और उसका भी क्या रोल होता है, कितनी importance होती है. So I styled 3 or 4 Punjabi celebrities, and I styled them for various events, like Sara Gurpal, Parmish Verma, Arman Bedil, etc. for various events and for various songs.
अच्छा, अगर हम स्पेसिफिकली करीना पंजाब की बात करें तो यहाँ पर फैशन ब्लॉगर्स की जो गिनती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा कम है. मेट्रोज में बहुत ज़्यादा परस्यू करते हैं इस चीज़ को लोग, बट यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा कम है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट कि यहाँ पे क्या लोग अवेयर नहीं है इसके बारे में?
आई थिंक अवेयरनेस तो है, क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया की वजह से पीपल आर अवेयर ऑफ दिस करियर ऑप्शन और ब्लॉगिंग इन जनरल. अ लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स वांट टू डू इट एज वेल, बट यू नो पंजाब में काफ़ी अदरवाइज भी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होती है. पीपल आउट देयर इन मेट्रो सिटीज़ आर मोर ओपन towards new ideas, and they would send out their girls to do whatever they want to do. But here in India restrictions parents या family और society की side से भी होती है, and otherwise I think since exposure थोड़ा lack करता है यहाँ पर पंजाब area में, तो उस वजह से I think a lot of girls or a lot of boys also वो थोड़ा they hesitate to take this up as a job or a career option. So yeah, that's about it. And otherwise also here in Chandigarh or Punjab region there's not much opportunities. So that's another reason. So even I struggle very hard every day to
I can very well understand. Acha, your followers, talking about the numbers that you have on Instagram, it's huge. And जो followers हैं, number of followers अगर आपके ज़्यादा हों तो एक social responsibility जो है वो आपके साथ आती है, and you have taken it very seriously, I must say, and I'm proud of it, very proud of it.
Thanks.
Because Karina is also a vegan activist and also an animal rights activist. So tell us something about it. Why did you choose these things, and why is it so important to you, and why is it so close to your heart?
So first of all I think जितने भी celebrities या जो भी influencers होते हैं उनकी इतनी following होती है, I think they should make use of their following,
exactly, yes,
right, to guide their audiences to the right path, and
exactly,
just to shed light upon some some social evils that really need to be addressed. So I was always connected to animals since the very beginning, as far as I remember. तो वो स्ट्रीट डॉग्स के साथ मेरा पहले से ही बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार था. एंड ये स्टार्ट कैसे हुआ है, आई एक्चुअली यूज्ड टू रेस्क्यू अ लॉट ऑफ एनिमल्स एंड बर्ड्स इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे, एंड आई यूज्ड टू सेंड देम एट अ लोकल शेल्टर. बट वन फाइन डे आई जस्ट हैपन टू टेक अ टूर ऑफ द होल शेल्टर, एंड आई रियलाइज्ड कि कितनी बुरी हालत है, एंड देयर आर सो मेनी एनिमल्स, जितना मैं सोच नहीं सकती थी उससे कई ज़्यादा. और एनिमल्स भी, और वो इतना अंडर स्टाफ्ड शेल्टर था, वहाँ पर इतने एनिमल्स थे बट ओनली 2 or 3 people to take care of them, और जो कि पूरा टाइम वहाँ होते भी नहीं थे. एंड the sort of animals and the sort of diseases that the animals had or the injuries, they required immediate medical help or monitoring at least. तो वो नहीं मिल रहा था. सो आई रियलाइज कि कितनी बुरी हालत है एनिमल्स की, एंड दे रियली नीड आवर हेल्प. एंड आई थिंक ह्यूमन्स से ज़्यादा इतने सारे सोशल इवल्स अदरवाइज भी हैं एनिमल्स का. मुझे ऐसा पर्सनली लगता है कि एनिमल्स के लिए I think everybody should speak up for the animals, because
definitely,
they can't speak up for themselves.
Very
so
true.
Yeah, so that's what abhi bhi I have 3 to 4 street dogs who stay inside my house.
Yes, I've seen your very cute and cute stories, I must say. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है देख के, the way एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट है दैट यू हैव विद द स्ट्रीट डॉग्स, आई मस्ट से. क्योंकि लोग अपने घर पे पेट्स तो रखते हैं, उनके टुवर्ड्स बहुत लविंग होते हैं, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू
अदर एनिमल्स, या स्ट्रीट डॉग्स और इवन अदर एनिमल्स, क्योंकि
स्ट्रे एनिमल्स अगर हम नॉर्मली बात कर लें तो स्ट्रे एनिमल्स के लिए लोगों में वो इमोशंस मिसिंग होते हैं.
दैट्स ट्रू. एंड स्ट्रे एनिमल्स भी, एंड अदरवाइज आल्सो लाइक ऑन वन हैंड पीपल लव देयर पेट्स, इतना प्यार करते हैं, और मतलब बाय चांस उनको कुछ भी हो जाए तो इतना ज़्यादा इमोशनल हो जाते हैं, बीमार हो जाएं फॉर एग्जांपल पेट्स. बट ऑन द अदर हैंड चिकन खाते हैं उसमें उनको बुरा नहीं लग रहा, बट इट्स एक्चुअली द सेम थिंग. पेट्स या तुम्हारे पेट्स वो भी एनिमल्स हैं और जिनको तुम मार के खा रहे हो वो भी सेम एनिमल्स हैं.
इट्स वेरी ट्रू. बट यस दैट्स ट्रू कि जो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो स्ट्रे हैं, उनके पास घर नहीं है तो मतलब उनमें इमोशंस नहीं है.
That's true.
They too also want to be loved like
That is
your
true.
pets.
That is true. We so the pets that I have right now, they are not pets, but I just let them sleep inside my house and they feel so safe inside. And एक बारी मैंने उनको घर के अंदर लाया तो उसके बाद they just started feeling so safe. अब वो बाहर सोते ही नहीं है. They want to come inside because they feel protected there. क्योंकि बाहर आई थिंक, और वो इतना ज़्यादा घोड़े बेच के सोते हैं मेरे घर पे, बिकॉज आई थिंक उन्होंने कभी अपनी पूरी लाइफ में एक प्रॉपर स्लीप नहीं ली होगी, चैन की स्लीप. सो
that's really cute and I must say you're doing a commendable job.
थैंक यू.
अच्छा, इंटरनेट पर जब हम होते हैं when we are an internet star तो उसके साथ बहुत से repercussions भी फेस करने पड़ते हैं, जिसमें से सबसे पहला है नेगेटिव कमेंट्स. एंड जो भी लोग सोशल मीडिया पे हैं, जो भी लोग इंटरनेट पे हैं, we all know that we have to face this. So how do you deal with negative comments?
For me, honestly, I've never been affected by negative comments.
And you should never be.
They've always pumped me up to do better, and that's about it. तो मुझे कभी problem ही नहीं हुई, so I don't know how to deal with them because I never felt the need to deal with them. I've always ignored them and moved on. So yeah.
And what will be your piece of advice to the people who somehow get affected with the negative comments that they are getting?
I think it's very important to believe in yourself. You know what you're doing. So I think it's really important to believe in yourself, and you shouldn't just
give a damn
about it.
Yes.
Negative comments.
Yes. And एक और चीज़ है, because you're a fashion blogger, right? And you put up stories also कि आप कहाँ जा रहे हो, where you're going, आप क्या खा रहे हो. उस सब के साथ साथ how do you keep a balance? Because there has to be a personal life.
Right,
and,
that's true.
एक आपकी इंटरनेट लाइफ है, तो how do you maintain that balance?
It's never been a problem with me, very honestly. कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ that I'm mixing both the things. But yeah, like right now we've actually just come back from a trip to Ladakh. We were vlogging side by side, but at the same time I didn't very fortunately our signals, our phones weren't catching any signals, so at least we were vlogging, but then we were there in the moment also. We were living the moment because firstly our phones were switched off and we couldn't just connect with the outer world. Otherwise I would have been on the phone putting up stories, but otherwise also on a day-to-day basis also I don't think I mix both the things. Blogging is actually a lifestyle, तो आपको पूरा दिन बस उसी के हिसाब से ही चलना पड़ता है, पूरा दिन रात पूरा टाइम. But then again, I don't know, I don't think I ever mixed both the things. I take out some personal time, and whenever we go out for dates, we're never on the phone. Maybe I would just put a couple of stories or so, and maybe not. So yeah, that's how I do it.
And you keep it aside. अगर डाल भी दिए stories तो वो डाल के you keep your phone aside. That's really great.
That's true. Otherwise, I know that a lot of bloggers or influencers या जो भी social media पे general social media users जो होते हैं वो भी मतलब कुछ भी picture डालेंगे तो they would keep on checking. I do that too, but when we are out on a date, we never use our phones that often.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great. And ये होना भी चाहिए because एक me time तो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी ही है for every person.
True.
There's one more thing, Karina, because every one of us would agree to this कि हम लोग सब social media users हैं. This happens that most of the times हम लोग किसी और की profile visit करते हैं, हम किसी और की post देखते हैं, stories देखते हैं, तो कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमें लगता है कि हमारी लाइफ कितनी ज़्यादा डल है या सामने वाले की लाइफ कितनी ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है. So has that ever happened with you?
It actually happens all the time. I would see other bloggers posting things or stuff that I'd like to do or I'd like to be in their place. But then in the end, I always remind myself that everybody has a different story.
Very
so that's
true,
how I
yes.
deal with myself, with all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, matlab, it's quite like really very important to overcome these things.
That's
to live
true.
a very happy, balanced life. Mental peace bhi bahut zyada zaruri hai.
Right. And otherwise also, what 90% of what you see on social media, on all the bloggers' profiles, even on my page personally, it's always a glorified picture.
Yes.
It's never the real picture.
Yes.
So whenever I tend to compare myself with other bloggers or influencers, I always remind myself that this probably isn't the real scene.
नहीं, very true because कह सकते हैं हम एक तरह से that जो Instagram है, it's a very glamorous version of everyone's lives.
True.
We all go through lows, पर शायद हम वो कभी lows जो है वो लोगों के साथ share नहीं करते.
True. We always share a glorified or the rosy picture.
Exactly. Talking about your marriage, abhi recently Karina has got married. Sorry you guys, but Karina is married. So yes, how's your life going up after marriage?
It's actually very honestly, we've been dating since last 5 years, so we used to be together most of the times, or abhi it's just the same. It's just that we're living under the same roof and nothing else has changed. We still go out on dates and have our quality time, spend our quality time with each other, and yeah, so but it has just gotten a lot busier.
Okay.
And if you talk about my career, I think I'm only advancing after marriage. I'm only advancing in my career.
That's
and it's
great.
not holding
That's
me
great.
back at all.
Yeah, because that was my next question कि लोगों को ज़्यादातर इस तरह का लगता है कि you know after you get married तो आपका career चला गया एक side पे. But is
that must be true in some cases, but in my case, I think Gunjit has been really supportive. He's
That's
here
really
with
nice.
us for the interview as well.
Yes.
So he actually accompanies me everywhere, wherever I go, because there are certain places that I can't go alone. And otherwise also he's very supportive, and whenever he's by my side, I think I feel much more confident. So in my case, it has never held me back, but only pushed me forward.
Yeah, very true, because having that right kind of relationship, having that right person by your side, कभी कभार वो एक support system भी जो है वो turn out कर जाता है, तो it's not necessary कि marriage के बाद जो है लोग especially जो women हैं उनका career एक जो है downfall ही experience करें.
I think everybody should find a guy for themselves who actually would support your career or your job or whatever you choose to do in life.
अच्छा करीना, normally we've seen कि लोगों को ज़्यादातर awareness नहीं है यहाँ पे about fashion blogging. So have you ever faced questions like कि what do you do for living, या ये सब तो ठीक है बेटा पर काम क्या कर लेते हो, इस तरह के questions कभी face किए हैं?
इतने directly नहीं, but a lot of people, especially adults or family friends, they would come up with such questions. हाँ, every now and then, even now, होता रहता है.
अच्छा तो फिर what's your answer to them? What's your reply?
Very honestly, I don't try to explain it to them because it's very difficult. They won't understand. If they don't get the gist of it, they just won't understand. So yeah, I never tried. Never tried doing that.
सही है, great. अच्छा अब because हमारे साथ करीना है, she is an amazing fashion blogger, तो she would be sharing some tips with us. मुझे भी ये चीज़ जानने की बहुत ही ज़्यादा curiosity है. मेरे लिए भी कभी कभी ये थोड़ा सा problematic हो जाता है कि जब बाहर इतनी ज़्यादा गर्मी है and nowadays बारिशें भी हैं, बारिश भी है, it's rainy also outside. तो ऐसा कौन सा गुड टू गो स्टाइल है जो हम कैरी कर सकते हैं विद कॉन्फिडेंस, या कोई हमें डर नहीं है कि बाहर धूप है या बारिश है व्हाटसोएवर?
Right. Okay, so first of all, fabric pe, I think everybody should really focus on the fabric. So cotton fabrics, as everybody knows, are the best suitable for this kind of weather, summers or monsoons, because summers में obviously breathing में easy होता है skin के लिए.
Exactly.
And
it's the most important thing.
Right. And monsoons mein it is very easy to dry, so if you would wear denim or maybe any synthetic fabric, it would be very difficult for your clothes to dry, even if you're out and about. तो कॉटन अगर डाला हो तो तुम्हारा आते जाते ही सूख जाएगा. एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड सिंथेटिक या कोई भी सिंथेटिक फैब्रिक, इट वोंट ड्राई एज इजीली, एंड या इट वुड एंड अप लुकिंग वेरी sluggish also. And apart from that, I think when it comes to styles, I think midi dresses are really the best suitable for such weathers.
Yes.
and even maxi dresses in that case, but monsoons mein I think midi dresses are better, and then strappy sandals for your feet to obviously allow them to breathe. And monsoons maybe obviously it would be much better than if you wear sneakers or closed toe shoes. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. अच्छा, एक confusion मुझे तो normally रहती है, and I'm sure many of our viewers would also have this confusion कि horizontal stripes और vertical stripes किसको क्या पहनना चाहिए according to their body types?
Stripes ka it's really easy. So horizontal stripes should be worn by people like me with petite body frames, skinny people, basically because they actually broaden your silhouette. And on the other hand, vertical stripes, they elongate your silhouette, so they would make you look taller and slimmer than you actually are.
Okay.
So it's really easy.
Okay. And something that is in trend these days and you are currently obsessing over it?
Flared pants, they have been in trend since a long time.
True. Couldn't have agreed more, seriously. Flared pants to savior hai bhai,
Right.
is mausamn mein.
Yeah. So they've been in fashion since a very long time, and they're still my favorites. I don't think I'm getting over it anytime soon. I mean the trend.
Okay. Karina, one more thing. कभी कभार ऐसे होता है because we all are content creators, right? तो कभी किसी और का content देखा हो तो have you felt that pressure? And how you deal with it, if so?
Okay, content देखकर इतना नहीं, but if you talk about followers देख के of course pressure होता है. But recently I've just made myself made peace with it basically, and I think I'm focusing more on the content now than worrying about the followers numbers, because I really have started believing that content is the king no matter what. Of course followers do matter, but content matters the most, so I've started focusing on that and stopped focusing on the numbers.
Great. So Karina, what's your piece of advice to all the people who want to pursue fashion blogging लेकिन उन्हें पता नहीं है कि इसकी शुरुआत कहाँ से करें, how to go about it?
Right.
So what's your piece of advice to them?
Fashion blogging is not everybody's cup of tea. You must be into fashion, you must be liking fashion, but you can't really blog about it. आजकल everybody posts a picture on Instagram और बस hashtag OOTD, hashtag fashion blogger. So that's now not how it goes. So first of all, it's really important that you realize what your niche is.
True.
And then go about it. And it's not really difficult. आजकल तो इतने सारे social media platforms हैं. अगर आप Instagram पे post कर रहे हो तो आप हर जगह उसको Facebook पे भी promote कर सकते हो, WhatsApp पे भी कर सकते हो. और मतलब और वैसे similarly, if you're posting on YouTube, if you're posting videos on YouTube, you can obviously promote them, your videos on other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, everything. So it's not really difficult. You should just give it a shot. Don't think too much. Give it a shot, and I'm sure if you're passionate enough, you will succeed.
And your advice to all the women out there who want to pursue their dreams, because I know this girl has really worked hard to follow her passion.
Yeah, I think for me also, I just went for it without a second thought. I realized, okay, it's working out. First of all, it's obviously very important that you earn enough from your passion to be able to pay your bills.
Yes.
So of course that is something that you should take into consideration first of all, क्योंकि ultimately यही होता है. We all work for money, of course, and to pay our bills. And so I think for me also, I just gave it a shot. First 1 year के लिए तो मुझे कोई काम नहीं आ रहा था, and I used to sit idle at home and I used to feel really depressed. But then धीरे धीरे when I gave it some time, I just kept posting and just do my thing. धीरे धीरे फिर हो गया, मतलब जैसे खुद ही हो जाता है. If you're passionate enough तो हो जाएगा. And even if you talk about your parents or the society, I think eventually everybody would understand. You should, if you're passionate enough, everybody would see. And yeah, so that's about it.
And one last question. जैसे Karina, you said that there was this phase in your life जहाँ पे काम नहीं आ रहा था and you were depressed.
Yeah.
तो उस time पे what kept you motivated and कैसे उस phase से बाहर कैसे निकले?
ड्यूरिंग दैट फेज़ काफ़ी बारी मैंने सोचा कि मैं करियर ऑप्शन अपना कहीं और मतलब मूव ऑन कर लूँ, कुछ और कर लूँ. एंड आई स्टार्टेड माई इंटर्नशिप्स विद डिफरेंट कंपनीज, लोकल ब्रांड्स. एंड मीनवाइल एट द बैक ऑफ माई माइंड आई ऑलवेज हैड दिस ब्लॉगिंग थिंग दैट आई वॉन्ट दिस टू वर्क आउट. सो आई वॉज डूइंग इट. आई वॉजंट वेरी रेगुलर बट आई वॉज डूइंग इट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स देर आर सो मेनी ब्लॉगर्स जिनके मतलब आई यूज्ड टू लुक अपॉन टू देम. एंड उन्हीं से मैं इंस्पायर होती थी, उन्हीं की स्टोरीज पढ़कर. लाइक दिस देयर इज दिस ब्लॉगर कॉल्ड सजान, एंड शी इज़ फ्रॉम कर्दिस्तान, एंड वहाँ पर पीपल आर वेरी ऑर्थोडॉक्स, but still she just went for it, and right now I think she's at 1 or 2 million, and
Wow.
she's one of the biggest influencers in the world, and she really inspires me, and there are many women like her who inspire me a lot. So I kept seeing their content, and I just started doing my own thing. मैं कभी छोड़ा नहीं बीच में basically, and when I started getting enough work, I thought that now is the time. I left everything else, and now I'm only solely working towards my blog.
Yeah, मतलब definitely. I mean, whenever you are on that road to follow your passion, जब आप थोड़ा सा हटके करने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो definitely there'll be challenges, there'll be that phase जहाँ पे चीज़ें वर्कआउट नहीं होती. बट इफ़ यू डोंट गिव अप, अगर आप वो होप रखते हैं, अगर आप उस डायरेक्शन में मेहनत करते रहते हैं, काम करते रहते हैं, इफ़ यू कीप वर्किंग हार्ड, डेफिनेटली वन फाइन डे things will work out for you.
That's true. I think किसी भी business में, this is also a business only. So किसी भी business में you have to give it time, enough time. So अब ऐसा नहीं है, कितनी बारी मुझे ऐसा भी हुआ उस फेज़ में कि मैं पोस्ट करती थी, इनफ मुझे रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आ रहा था, एंड आई यूज्ड टू फील very depressed all the time, and I thought that no, this is not going to work out. तो काफ़ी बारी ऐसे पेसिमिस्ट थॉट्स आते थे, बट फिर मैं हमेशा अपने आप को यही रिमाइंड कराती थी दैट यू हैव टू गिव इन टाइम टू इट, एंड ओनली देन इज इट गोइंग टू वर्क आउट. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने पोस्ट करना स्टार्ट किया और ऐसे आपके फॉलोअर्स बढ़ गए और बिजनेस आना शुरू हो गया. इट डजंट वर्क लाइक दैट. इवन अभी भी मेरी सेम अप्रोच है टुवर्ड्स माई बिजनेस. आई रियली इन्वेस्ट इन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन टू इट, एंड सो
जाने से पहले सिर्फ इतनी सी चीज़, मुझे पता है दैट पीपल अर्न फ्रॉम इट एंड बहुत अच्छा वो अर्निंग कर लेते हैं. बट एन आंसर टू ऑल द पीपल हु कीप सेइंग टू यू दैट व्हाट यू डू फॉर योर लिविंग.
Okay, so now I would say that now I have started to earn enough to pay my bills, but it happened over time. It took me 2 to 3 years, and now I am in a position where I am earning enough to pay my bills.
Yeah, so patience and hope, I would say, two very important things.
Yeah, passion, motivation, and patience, hope, everything.
So thank you so much, Karina. It was lovely talking to you, and
Likewise.
Thanks a lot for sharing your story with all of us. And मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.